Hey everyone, welcome back to Canon Cinema. I'm Amanda, otherwise known as AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Today I'm doing something a bit different thanks to StreamYard to have this lovely, split screen option here to kind of show everything. And I'm going to be diving into the 80th Golden Globe Award nominations. I'm going to react to this list. Now, I saw a couple of things. I had some time off in regards to some family issues, and I've kind of been all over the place with all of these things. But I want to give a shout out to Matt Neglia and Next Best Picture because I will be using his site, to kind of go through the nominations with you, strictly just focusing on movies because there are not enough hours in the day to watch the many television shows that have come out this year. So I'm just going to stick to movies. This is what I know best. All right, so I'm gonna bear with me. This is the first time that I'm doing this on my own in a very long time. So I have the little picture-in-picture here. So we're gonna start with Best Motion Picture Drama. So Avatar: The Way of Water, Elvis, The Fabelmans, Tar, and Top Gun Maverick are all nominated for Best Motion Picture Drama. Now, I still have to watch Avatar. I'm watching it Thursday. I kind of had to work some things around, so I will be able to get the final big ones out of the way by the end of the year. But I did watch the rest of them. You can find it on my website, candidxcinema.com, and of course here on my YouTube channel. I have all my reviews here. So out of these, you guys know how much I love Top Gun Maverick. I'm obsessed with Top Gun Maverick. It would be awesome if it would win Best Motion Picture Drama, but I do think that Steven Spielberg's The Fabelmans is probably the most accurate winner here out of the 5. I did enjoy watching Elvis, but I don't think it's going to win for Best Picture Drama. So I think the HFPA is going to go with The Fabelmans. I really do. It does create this human connection that we love to express ourselves through motion pictures, through moving pictures, and I think that Steven Spielberg did it in the most heartfelt and personal way. And I think that it was, there were some beautiful moments in The Fabelmans because it's hard to express ourselves sometimes. And I think that if you have a medium like, making movies, becoming a filmmaker, you kind of just tap into that, different creative side of yourself, no matter what hardship you're facing. I think that The Fabelmans really just captures that beautifully. And the HFPA loves movies. Clearly, they love movies, and it makes complete sense as to why The Fabelmans would win this. Yeah, I think it'll go that way. As much as I would love to see Top Gun Maverick win, just to get people rattled and annoyed and all of that, I'm really happy to see Elvis up here. I really am. I think it's a very nice addition to the list. So next we have Best Motion Picture Comedy. There is Babylon that's nominated, The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Glass Onion, Knives Out Mystery, and Triangle of Sadness. I still have to watch Babylon. I'm so sorry, Damien Chazelle. Again, there were some family issues where I wasn't able to attend those screenings, unfortunately, but I do have tickets for it when it does come out, and I'll be able to watch it. But for me personally, if we're gonna go by the category and what should be nominated in the category and should win based on the fact that it is a comedy, it needs to be between The Banshees of Inisherin and Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery. I don't understand why Everything Everywhere All at Once is in the comedy category, but the HFPA doesn't really. They always have issues with these categories. I don't know what it is. There's just always an issue. One is misplaced, two are misplaced. And I do think that this one, 100%, again, I haven't seen Babylon, can't speak on it, but The Banshees of Inisherin has been sweeping critics groups. I think that it is one of the funniest movies, but also one of the saddest movies. It's so sad. There's such a beautiful mixture and such a great balance between all the characters in showing life and friendship and loss, and I think that it is a wonderful piece, and I do think that It's a bit of like a dark humor if you really want to look at it, but I think The Banshees of Inisherin for comedy would make the most sense. Even Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery makes the most sense for the category. I do think that The Fabelmans and Banshees, they're kind of going to go toe to toe this award season, so we'll see what happens with that. Next, we have Best Director. I'm gonna go full screen for this one. There were movies made by women this year that should be in the conversation. And yet, no female director was nominated. Okay? I'm going to tell you who got nominated. I'm going to tell you. So right now, we have James Cameron for Avatar: The Way of Water. Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, I hope I pronounced that correctly, for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Baz Luhrmann for Elvis, which is shocking. It's shocking. Truly is. I love him as a director, but, you know, he hasn't really had the best track record in regards to the Academy, to these awards. So it's weird that he's nominated. It's great that he's nominated. I think he can finally get some flowers as well. We have Martin McDonagh for The Banshees of Inisherin and Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans. Nothing against these guys. Nothing against these guys whatsoever. But the one movie that got shut out here was Sarah Polley for Women Talking, number one. Maria Schrader for She Said also got snubbed. Okay? And if we're going to look at epicness on screen this year, Gina Prince Bythewood made the freaking Woman King. Okay? That movie was fire. It was so good. It's one of my favorites of the year. Three women. Three women could have been in here. But no, we're just going to go with the safety nets. It's fine. It's okay. I'm very happy for Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. Really happy for them. They made something very, very unique. They should be on here. I'm not saying who should, who shouldn't be. I don't even want to say at least one woman. I don't want to say that. You should all be there. Why does it always have to be one? That's what I don't understand. But honestly, shout out to Gina Prince Bythewood for The Woman King. If you haven't watched it, fam, you gotta watch it. One of the best movies this year. I gave it 4.5 out of 5. Okay? My review is on here. Also linked below. Go watch it. You'll understand why she deserves to get nominated for Best Director. But this is the Globes. Remember what Natalie Portman said? It's always men who get nominated for Best Director. And look, wow. We really thought they were going to change. Okay. They're not going to change. They're not changing. Sorry about that rant. I had to. It pisses me off every year. There are women who make movies too. I just want y'all to know that. Nominate them. But now it's not even enough to nominate them, guys. I want you to know that. They gotta win. I'm sorry. Anyways, we're gonna go moving forward. Best performance by an actress in a motion picture drama. Okay, we have Cate Blanchett, obviously, for Tar, for playing Lydia Tar. Olivia Colman for Empire of Light. Viola Davis for The Woman King, 150%. My God, 150%. Ana de Armas for Blonde. And Michelle Williams for The Fabelmans. I'm going to go full screen again for this one. Where the hell is Danielle Deadwyler for Till? One of the best performances this year. Okay, Danielle Deadwyler. Okay, Danielle Deadwyler. I'm gonna say her name 3 times because I gotta manifest this Oscar nomination because what? I understand that they kind of have like Hollywood itself has this obsession with these like iconic starlets. You know, obviously we have like Elvis also getting nominated this year with Austin Butler, but I'm just like Ana de Armas for Blonde? Even Olivia Colman for Empire of Light? Olivia Colman has become, and I don't want to say this because, I'm sorry, switch it up here. Olivia Colman has become the Meryl Streep where it doesn't matter which role she's in now, she's getting nominated. I personally did not enjoy Empire of Light whatsoever. There was just something about it that it was a disconnect. I didn't like it too much. But Ana de Armas for Blonde? We're really doing this? For that movie? I cannot. For me, it's between Viola Davis and Cate Blanchett. I don't think Michelle Williams is gonna hit the mark here for some strange reason, because the way that they're placing her is just kind of too all over the place for my liking. But Danielle Deadwyler not nominated? Are you joking? Go watch Till. And then join me as the campaign manager for Danielle Deadwyler, because that's a bit ridiculous in my eyes. Okay, it's a bit ridiculous. Next, we have Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture Drama. We have Austin Butler, obviously, for Elvis, Brendan Fraser for The Whale, which is very questionable considering his history with the HFPA, Hugh Jackman for The Son, Bill Nighy for Living, and Jeremy Pope for The Inspection. The first two, maybe, and Jeremy Pope, I've heard such great things about him in The Inspection. I still have to watch that. Same thing with Bill Nighy in Living. I've heard great things. I missed it at the film festivals, unfortunately. I watched Hugh Jackman in The Son. What? I'm shook. I really am. I think that Hugh Jackman has had better performances than his turn in The Son, to be honest. I think the film itself is extremely problematic. It's just done in poor taste. The subject matter needs to be handled in a certain way. Very touchy subject matter. It has to be delivered with some level of tenderness and care, and it just did the complete opposite, which is very interesting considering that it's a Florian Zeller piece. For me, it's obviously going to be between Austin Butler and Brendan Fraser. I've said that from the very beginning, that I knew that they were going to go head to head. I don't know who else can come out of left field here, but considering that Brendan Fraser's comeback story is massive. It's so massive. So the story tied to Brendan Fraser, more so than his performance, is what people are talking about. I'm not saying it's a bad performance. I thought he was really, really strong in it. Austin Butler, on the other hand, has been campaigning since May without actually campaigning. That's the thing. So I think that Butler may have the edge going into this. Next, we have Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. Again, when it's split, it causes confusion, and it's really annoying. Here we have Leslie Manville for Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, Margot Robbie for Babylon, Anya Taylor-Joy for The Menu, Emma Thompson for Good Luck to You, Leo Grand, and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Again, if we're gonna go for a musical or a comedy, we got to stay in brand for the category. I don't think Everything Everywhere All at Once is considered a comedy for me personally, and I don't know. It just didn't feel that way for me. If I could give it to anybody, it would be Emma Thompson for Good Luck to You, Leo Grand. That movie's fantastic. I watched it at Sundance earlier this year, and it is so good. So definitely check that out. I think it's between Emma Thompson and probably Margot Robbie. As much as I love Anya Taylor-Joy, I don't know if it's going to go that way, but again, like Michelle Yeoh has been gaining traction as well with these critic groups. So for me, it's like, would I love to see Michelle Yeoh win? Of course I would, but I don't consider the movie to be a musical or a comedy. That's my only issue in regards to putting certain actors in these categories and having them win. And then also, if you look at it, then if they lose to someone else who's actually in a comedy, then there's still an upset in that regard, again, which makes no sense. But I'm not running the HFPA. Next, we have Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy. We have Diego Calva for Babylon, Daniel Craig for Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery, Adam Driver for White Noise, Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin, and Ray Fiennes for The Menu. Listen, I don't care who's nominated here. I'm telling you right now, as much as I love everyone on this, and I cannot wait to watch Diego Calva in Babylon, I do think that it's gonna go to Colin Farrell for The Banshees of Inisherin. It makes complete sense. I mean, he's sweeping the critics associations, and it is one of his best performances, number one. And even though he was just so, I felt so bad for him in the movie, he was wonderful. He was so funny. His comedic timing with Martin McDonagh directing him, and of course Brendan Gleeson, was just spot on. Great scene partners. I loved it. And Carrie Condon's so wonderful in The Banshees of Inisherin as well. So I think that Colin Farrell has it on lock, to be perfectly honest. Sorry about the wallets. Again, this is on Next Best Picture. If you know Matt Neglia on Twitter, I'm using his site to kind of go through all of the nominations. Next, we have Best Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture. This is what I don't understand. Like, you keep the actors and actresses separate, in comedy, musical, and drama, and then best supporting actress, we're just like mashing everyone together, which causes confusion. But anyways, best supporting actress in a motion picture, we have Angela Bassett in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Carrie Condon in The Banshees of Inisherin, Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Dolly DeLeon in Triangle of Sadness, and Carey Mulligan for She Said. This is all over the place. Would I love to see Angela Bassett win? 150%. Would I love to see Carrie Condon win? Of course I do. Why in God's name is Jamie Lee Curtis nominated instead of Stephanie Hsu? I hope I said her last name right. I'm so sorry. But you're going to pick someone from Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Jamie Lee Curtis did absolutely nothing in that movie to warrant a nomination. No offense to her, because she's still queen. But what? Dolly DeLeon, 100%. Would I love to see an upset with Dolly DeLeon winning for Triangle of Sadness? Yes. Do I still want Carey Mulligan to win from her robbed award for Promising Young Woman? Yes, I do. I do, but not like this. So for me, do I want Angela Bassett to finally get her flowers? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen? Most likely, looking at the category. So honestly, if this keeps up and they don't nominate the right people for the right movie at the Oscars, Angela Bassett could have it on lock, and that would be actually fantastic. I would love to see that. Next, we have Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture. We have Brendan Gleeson for The Banshees of Inisherin, Barry Keoghan for The Banshees of Inisherin, Brad Pitt for Babylon, Ke Huy Quan, I hope I pronounced that properly, for Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Eddie Redmayne for The Good Nurse. This one's a bit random too, not gonna lie here. I love Barry Keoghan. Don't know why he's nominated. I don't understand why he's nominated. But it's just confusing that like two Banshees actors are in here. They were all great. I think Brendan Gleeson did a fantastic job in that movie. And if it's going to be like a tandem Colin Farrell, Brendan Gleeson type of win, it would have been really nice. But I don't think that's going to happen. Be beautiful if Ke Huy Quan did win for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I would love to see that happen. Eddie Redmayne's kind of random for The Good Nurse, but it's okay as long as it doesn't go to Brad Pitt and Babylon. It's the only thing I don't want to happen. So yeah, it's a weird supporting actor category. Next we have my favorite. Okay, we have Best Motion Picture Animated. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Inu-Oh, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and Turning Red. I have Puss in Boots: The Last Wish next Monday, and I'm really excited to watch it. I've watched, and I still have to watch Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, so I'm kind of missing some of the animated ones, but listen, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, I actually watched it again last night. Won't even begin to tell you how beautiful that film is. If anything, it should be nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars, but that's a whole other conversation because animation is not a genre, it is a medium, and Guillermo del Toro masterfully made a beautiful stop motion animation film that brought me to tears. It's beautiful. So if you haven't watched it on Netflix, please go watch Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio because it's absolutely stunning. It's so good. Next we have Best Motion Picture Non-English Language. We keep changing the category title. I don't understand. We have All Quiet on the Western Front from Germany, Argentina 1985 from Argentina, Close from Belgium, Decision to Leave from South Korea, and RRR from India. Very happy to see RRR nominated and Decision to Leave nominated. I still have to watch these 5. I have to watch them. I also kind of like, I'll watch non-English language films throughout the year, but I do like knowing which ones are nominated because they don't nominate the same ones sometimes. I'll make another list for me to actually check in on. So I'm really excited to dive into these. Next, we have Best Screenplay, Motion Picture. We have Todd Field for Tar, Tony Kushner and Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Martin McDonagh for The Banshees of Inisherin, and Sarah Polley for Women Talking. Doesn't get that director nom, but gets the screenplay nom. Okie dokie. This is a tough category. I have to say, I'm looking at my screen while you guys are looking at the side here. This is a very tough category. Obviously, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I do think that it is a very unique film. The concept is unique, and it really hits such emotional beats throughout. As much as I didn't love the film, I appreciated what was done with it. I thought it was very, very, oof, it was a lot. It was just overstuffed for me, but I like the message in it. I think that, you can't take things for granted. Everyone makes different decisions in their lives, and obviously they wonder like how their life would have been if it went a certain way. So I think that it's a really nice message for it. I do think the uniqueness will give it an edge. However, Martin McDonagh's script for The Banshees of Inisherin, God, it's fresh. It's so funny. Like the banter, the one-liners going back and forth, the discussions that they have about being a good person and, how you want everyone to see you after, you leave this world. What do you want to be remembered for? And it's basically something that everyone questions, but Martin McDonagh has these very, serious, intimate conversations throughout the entire film. And I think that that's why it's so well written. The script is so good. It's one of the strongest ones here. So I really enjoyed that. Sarah Polley for Women Talking. For me, that film, again, is one of the best of the year just because the entire film has 3 very important discussions and then mini discussions throughout, obviously, women talking. And they're talking about the possibility of them leaving their location. They're kind of like trapped there with these men that abuse them emotionally, physically, and mentally. And they have these conversations about, well, what would happen if we fight them? What would happen if we do nothing? What would happen if we leave? And these conversations are all important, but it may sound boring because it's just like nothing happens, but they're just talking. But oh my God, it's just so engaging because as a woman, we think 5 steps ahead. And that's the thing. So watching this, there's a connection with all of these women who have different ideas and perceptions of what they need to do. And I think that's why it's crafted so well. So for me, it's between Martin McDonagh and Sarah Polley. Those are the 2 for best screenplay for me, just because of the conversations had and how each character taps into a different emotional response to certain situations. So I think that those are the 2. No offense to Tony Kushner and Steven Spielberg or Todd Field. Next, we have Best Original Score. We have Alexandre Desplat for Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Hildur Guðnadóttir, I don't want to say that wrong, I probably did, for Women Talking, Justin Hurwitz for Babylon, John Williams for The Fabelmans, and Carter Burwell for The Banshees of Inisherin. This is an interesting mix, I'm not going to lie to you. I absolutely loved Hildur's score for Women Talking. I think it came in at the right time. I do think that the Carter Burwell score for The Banshees of Inisherin can counter Hildur's for Women Talking. Again, it's a film, both of them. Nothing really happens. There's a lot of discussions being had, but the score really just drives it home and evokes a certain emotion when you're watching it. Again, Alexandre Desplat's absolutely phenomenal and is such a beautiful score for Del Toro's Pinocchio. So those are the 3 that I would say. Of course, Justin Hurwitz is absolutely phenomenal. He's so good. I still have to watch Babylon. I haven't listened to the score yet because I want to go in blind and then have those songs hit for me while I watch it. People have been raving about it, but of course it's Justin Hurwitz, so I completely get that. This is a very strong category. I won't care who wins out of these ones because it's really strong. It's such a great category. Best Original Song Motion Picture. This is the last one that I'm going to actually dive into because television, I can't get to everything. I can't. We have Carolina from Taylor Swift for Where the Crawdads Sing, Ciao Papa from Guillermo del Toro, and Roban Katz for Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Hold My Hand from Lady Gaga, and Blood Pop for Top Gun Maverick. We have Lift Me Up from Thames, Ludwig Göransson, Rihanna, and Ryan Coogler for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And then we have Natu Natu from Kala Bhairava, Keeravani, and Rahul Siplinganj. I hope I pronounced all those names right, for RRR. I still have to watch RRR. I have to watch a couple still. But Lady Gaga's Hold My Hand still I sent chills down my spine when I watched that movie. I thought it was fantastic. So I love that moment. And I do hope that Hold My Hand does win. I would like to see Rihanna win, don't get me wrong, but, and I hate saying this because I love the first Black Panther. Black Panther Wakanda Forever was really hard for me to kind of enjoy. I wanted to love it, but I couldn't love it for whatever reason. I just didn't connect with it. I do think that Cha Papa from Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio could creep in there. So those are the 80th Golden Globe Award nominations. There's some questionable choices as I went through. Just to recap, I think you should all go watch The Woman King. It is going to be on DVD today, tomorrow. You guys can get access to it this week if you haven't watched it in theaters. The Woman King is so good. Go watch Till if you have access to Till. Danielle Deadweiler and Gina Prince Bythewood should be nominated moving forward. I don't know what the Globes are doing, but definitely check those out. I know that award season is going to be coming like full force. And you can keep it locked on here. I'm going to try my best to cover as much as I can. I really enjoyed doing this video. Hopefully I can tap into doing more lives if my schedule allows it. If not, these are going to be pre-recorded for you guys, just so I can go through them in a different way. Thanks to StreamYard, 100%. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Let me know if you agree with my thoughts about these films, about the nominees, who should be nominated where, who's going to win. Just drop them in the comments below. Make sure to follow me on all my social media, on Twitter, Letterboxd, and of course Instagram at AMXNDA Reviews. I love talking about award season, so catch me there. I just have Puss in Boots, Babylon, and Avatar as the last big ones of the year. I will have those reviews up as soon as I can. Just trying to get my footing again after having some personal issues. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please come back, subscribe, like, comment, share, come join in on the discussion. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep watching movies.